topic torque on a current carrying coil in a uniform magnetic field. So when we are going to find out the torque on a current carrying coil in a uniform magnetic field, in this diagram what we have taken the two pole pieces of a magnet. One is north and other is south. So this is the direction of the magnetic field. This is the direction of the uniform magnetic field. And this rectangular coil PQRS is placed in a uniform magnetic field having current I in the anti-clockwise direction. B is the breadth of the coil, L is the length of the coil. Now when this current carrying coil is placed in a uniform magnetic field, then torque is exerted on this current carrying coil. What happens when the torque acts on the current carrying coil? This torque tries to align the plane of the coil in the direction of the magnetic field. For example, if this is a rectangular coil and this is the direction of the magnetic field, then after rotation, the plane of the coil will be in the direction of the magnetic field. So this plane of the coil will be in the direction of the magnetic field. So this is the purpose of the torque acting in a current carrying coil. Now we are going to resolve the forces on the current carrying coil in a uniform magnetic field. So for this thing we all know very well that F is equal to IBL sin theta. It is the magnitude of the force exerted on the current carrying conductor in a uniform magnetic field. So for this thing we are considering the each arm of the rectangular coil as a current carrying conductor. So in this case we are going to find out the direction of forces on the each arm of the rectangular coil. So for this thing we are going to apply which rule? That is the Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule we are going to apply. According to Fleming's left hand rule, the thumb points the direction of the force and the index finger points the direction of the magnetic field and the middle finger points the direction of the current I. So this is the Fleming's left hand rule which we are going to apply. So according to Fleming's left hand rule, first we are going to apply the Fleming's left hand rule on this arm. So on this arm, this is the direction of the field, this is the direction of the current. So where is the direction of the magnetic force? This is the direction upward. Means in the plane of the blackboard but in the outward direction. You can say it is outward direction from the plane of the blackboard. Now come to the next. This is the arm QR. In this arm QR, the direction of force is what? This is the direction of the magnetic field and this is the direction of the force. So where is the direction of the force? This is the direction of the force which is in the plane of the coil and in the downward direction. Similarly, when we are going to apply the force, Fleming's left hand rule on this arm, this is the direction of the field, this is the direction of the current and this will be the direction of the force which is vertically downward, or you can say in the plane of the blackboard it is in the inward direction, means into the plane of the blackboard. Similarly, when we are going to apply the direction of force for the Fleming's left hand rule for the direction of force this. So on this arm, this is the direction of current, this is the direction of the field and where is the direction of the force? This is the direction of the force which is in the upward direction. So these two forces, F4 and F2 forces, F1, F2, F3 and F4, these are forces. These two forces are acting along the same line of action. So that is why the magnitude of the F4 and F2 will be same and they will be cancelled out. Why? Because they are acting along the same line of action. Alpha is the angle between the plane of the coil and the direction of the magnetic field. Theta is the angle between the normal of the coil and the magnetic field direction. Now these two forces cancel out, no effect on these two forces, and these two forces F1 and F3, which are also equal in magnitude but in the opposite direction. So the net force on the coil will become 0. But these two forces are acting along the different line of action. F1 is acting along this line and F3 is acting along this line. So their line of actions are different, so they will form a couple, and due to these two couples the coil rotate in a magnetic field, and due to the rotation, that rotation will be anti-clockwise direction. The coil rotates in a magnetic field, and we can say the torque is acting on the coil.